My review of the Beach Boys album Sunflower. It was released in 1970 and produced by the Beach Boys. So this one I have on the 2 for CD with Surf's Up, and this was actually the second Beach Boys album I ever got after, or the second 2 I guess that I ever got after Pet Sounds. Well, obviously I had the Greatest Hits first, but I don't really count that as Greatest Hits. And this, I mainly got it first because I had read reviews about it, and it was kind of rated pretty highly. So I thought I'd check it out. Also, as, you know, kind of being one of their 70s albums, or I guess their first 70s album, I kind of wanted to get something that was different than the stuff I was familiar with on the Greatest Hits, to see like how interested I was in getting the rest of their albums. So it was definitely, I remember like thinking on my first few listens that it sounded really different from what I was expecting based off of just having the Greatest Hits album and Pet Sounds, which, I mean, Pet Sounds really was kind of pretty different than what I was really expecting just off that Greatest Hits album, even with a couple of the Pet Sounds songs on there. So the album starts with Slip On Through, Dennis song. I think it's a really cool like album opening song. That's kind of a more like rockin' track for the Beach Boys. Kind of like Dennis around this time is starting to develop his own like style of songs, and it's like you can tell he learned stuff from Brian and kind of has some influence from Brian, but he definitely has his own sound and his own style that's kind of like it's kind of different from anything the Beach Boys normally do. The Dennis songs kind of usually like start really standing out by this point. It's different stuff, and he has a lot of them on the album. I think this is probably like the most songs he has on an album, really, or a Beach Boys album, is Sunflower. So great opening track. I think Dennis's vocals really good. It took me a little while to get into it, which is pretty much this whole album. Like took a little while to sink in with me. I think the first couple times I listened to it, I was a little bit like, okay, I don't really get it. But on repeated listens, I was definitely like, wow, this is an amazing album. The second song, This Whole World's a Brian song. It's sung by Carl. Possibly my favorite song on the album. There's another one that gives it kind of competition, but just a really great song. Can't think of a lot to say about it, but great song. The third song, Add Some Music to Your Day. Another Brian song, which a lot of these songs have like a lot of co-writers and stuff, and I kind of just listing off the main writer because a lot of the co-writers I wasn't really familiar with, and I just kind of didn't really feel like writing down all their names. Sorry, kind of being lazy, but you can look it up. Anyway, so Add Some Music to Your Day. The song that was never like one of my favorites to begin with, but one that's really grown on me. I think I kind of didn't like the lyrics when I first heard it, but now I don't mind them. But like I like the song a lot. I think it's a really cool song. I remember they played it live when I saw the band in 2012, which was pretty cool. I liked the song by that point, but definitely one that when I first got the album, it probably I think was like one of the last songs on the album that I got into. But I do think it's a good song. I think they released it as a single, which I can kind of see why it wasn't like a hit really, but I just still think it's a good song. I just think it's kind of an odd choice for a single. The fourth song, Got to Know the Woman, another Dennis song. This one, I've definitely read reviews where people kind of dismiss it a little, and I can see that because the lyrics are kind of a little throwaway, I guess, in one line. But he just kind of laughed when he sings that line, because I think he kind of knew that it was a little silly, but I think it's a pretty catchy song, and I like his vocal a lot. I think this is kind of like the best like era of Dennis's voice. Um, the fourth song, Deirdre, is Bruce Johnston's song, and I've also like read some reviews where people don't really like the Bruce Johnston songs. I actually do. This one, like, I can kind of see why like some people wouldn't like it, because they're kind of I don't know what the right word is. I don't know, but I could get people not liking them. But I do like them. I think they're catchy, and I like Bruce's voice. He's somebody that's like kind of weird in the band. It's like I don't know, like it's weird to like he's not on some of the early albums, then he becomes a member later, and he has like some, I don't know, key significant moments on different albums here and there. But this is one of his more prominent albums. But yeah, it's a song I like. The sixth song, It's About Time. Another Dennis song. Another one that I like. This one's sung by Carl. I think that it's another one that shows off like his sound that he's developing, and another one that's kind of more energetic and more rocking for the Beach Boys and for this album. So one that kind of stands out for that. The seventh song, Tears in the Morning, another Bruce Johnston song, and my opinion on this one's pretty much the same as the first one. Like I could completely understand why some people wouldn't like it, because it's just like that kind of song, but I actually really like it, and I think Bruce gives a really good vocal, and I think it's a really catchy song. Maybe it's like a little cheesy for some people. The eighth song, All I Want to Do, really cool song by Brian and Mike. Kind of fits in with the like kind of vibe of like the whole Friends album. Really just a really cool song. I think a really great vocal from Mike, probably his big moment on the album, because really this is an album without a lot of Mike. There's a lot of lead vocals by the other guys here. Mike doesn't really do a lot but the vocals, so kind of his big song. Then the ninth song, which is probably the other song that's in competition for my favorite song on the album, Forever. Really beautiful ballad by Dennis. He gives a great vocal on it. Just great song. Definitely a highlight of the album. The 10th song, Our Sweet Love, is written by Brian, Carl, and Al. And another song that's just like a really pretty song, got a great vocal by Carl. The 11th song, At My Window, is by Al and Brian. This one, I think it has a vocal by Bruce. Kind of a weird sounding song. Just, I don't know. It's a weird song, but I like it. It's got like, one of them speaks like, I don't know, I can't remember if it's like French or Spanish, I don't know, some of their language is like, and they're talking about a bird. I don't know, I'm rambling, but it's a weird song. And then the 12th song, Cool Cool Water, another song that's kind of weird, and it's another one that took me a while to get into, but I guess it kind of originated from something on Smile. I can't actually really think of what it like corresponds with in the Smile sessions, but I think it's a really cool song now. Just took me a while to get into it because it's a little bit weird, but just the stuff that they're doing is really cool and really interesting. And I think it's a really good way to close the album. So Sunflower, for me this album is definitely a 5 out of 5. I think it's a great album. Doesn't really sound like the classic like early Beach Boys sound, so probably sounds a little bit different than what most people would expect from a Beach Boys album, but I think it's definitely really good, and definitely recommend